not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
The year is 1960. A historic inauguration is taking place. The place, Washington, D.C. The man, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. He was the first Catholic president to be elected in the history of the United States. His inauguration would mark the beginning of one of the most crucial events in the Cold War and United States history.
Knowing that here, on Earth, God's work must truly be our own.
His first obstacle as the commander-in-chief would come a few months later on April 17, 1961, with the Bay of Pigs invasion of Cuba. The failure of the mission to overthrow the communists was a great embarrassment to the country.
Oh man.
Throughout his presidency, JFK battled communist influences. He did this through conversation with several influential leaders, particularly Nikita Khrushchev, regarding decreased tension between the US and USSR.
Nuclear exchange would kill 70 million, Commissar. We must find a way to prevent this from occurring.
I think you are being too young. I can push you over easily.
It could cause nuclear winter.
Nuclear winter is what we call Friday. Oh no, I'm sorry. Nuclear winter is Wednesday. Friday is Freaky Friday. Monday is Meatball Monday. Way we make meatball in Russia is put ball of meat in snow and then eat. Come to Olga, she make best meatball.
Indeed she does. That Olga flavor. But the issues were not just abroad. At home, Kennedy had to face a new cold front on the home front.
Oh, John, being here in the White House with you is so swell.
Nothing could ruin my happiness at this moment.
Well, hello, John. Who is this?
Don't you know? It's famous movie Hollywood star Marilyn Monroe. Also, it's exactly what it looks like. I'm cheating on you.
What?
Tune in next week for your weekly installment of Keeping Up with the Kennedys.
Oh, you. Come over here. Come over here. Alright, we got this moon here. We got this moon, this entire planet, this entire satellite here. We got this man right on the moon. Come to the moon. We need more men on the moon. We got these houses. Moon house, moon house, moon house. All moon houses for you. For you. Alright? Come to the moon. Anyway, get out of here.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, sorry, Mr. President. Come on.
My name is John F. Kennedy. You probably know me as the POTUS with the mostest, and also from my hit TV show, Keeping Up with the Kennedys. And I think it's time for the US to catch up. No. Overtake the Soviet Union in the space race.
All right, very good words, Mr. President. Now you get out of here. Me and President have some words with each other. Go.
Wait. When do I go to the moon?
Oh, not until 1969, Mr. Armstrong. Go. Go! I said go!
Although he had big dreams for the future of the American people, the issues at home and abroad were still too important to ignore.
I will put missiles in Cuba. Missile is very large. Kennedy is very small man. America will know Soviet Union is not joking. No more kidding.
Sí, muy pequeño. No podemos diferenciar.
When JFK found out about the plan to put the missiles in Cuba, he initiated a blockade of Cuba. The following 2 weeks would bring the world closer to nuclear war than ever before. Kennedy worked through various negotiations to keep the crisis from escalating, resolving that the US would not surrender to the threat. For 2 weeks, the world held its breath, but eventually the crisis came to an end when Khrushchev pulled the missiles out of Cuba. Kennedy then began to turn his attention to internal matters, specifically the rising civil rights movement led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. MLK, along with many other black activists, including Malcolm X and Rosa Parks, would bring about enough attention to the civil rights movement to garner the attention of the president. Kennedy then addressed the issues at hand in his civil rights speech, where he proposed the enactment of civil rights legislation, marking the first decisive action on civil rights on June 11, 1963.
It ought to be possible, in short, for every American to enjoy the privileges of being American without regard to his race or his color.
Can you believe it? The white man not only stepped up to the plate, but he hit it over the fence.
Kennedy oversaw an illustrious and interesting time in history, and a good presidency, I guess. Sadly, he never got to see the fruition of some of his ideas, such as the man on the moon in 1969. This was because he was assassinated on November 22nd, 1963.
Go.
What are we doing?